Sports Central tonight. Dominant start. The 2026 FIBA Under-18 Asia Cup South Asian qualifiers begin at the Sugatadasa Indoor Sports Complex, with Sri Lanka enjoying a strong start as both the men's and women's outfits record dominant victories in their opening matches. Champs felicitated. Ministry of Sports organised a special event to felicitate the victorious Sri Lanka men's and women's rugby outfits who emerged champions at the Kasa Rugby Sevens tournament. After a long wait, New York Knicks advanced to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999, defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers with a strong margin in the Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's over. Believe it, Knicks fans, for the first time in 27 years, the New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. The dream season continues.
And ignoring Madrid, European champion Spain is set to travel next month for the World Cup with plenty of Barcelona swagger, but no one from Real Madrid after manager Luis de la Fuente named a 26-man squad to represent the country.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinod Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to Sports Central on Other Derana News Channel, your one-stop shop to get all the updates in the sporting arena right here at home and also around the globe. We start off today's bulletin with updates coming in from basketball. The 2026 edition of the FIBA Under-18 Asia Cup South Asian qualifiers began at the Sugatadasa Indoor Sports Complex in Colombo yesterday, featuring teams from Sri Lanka, India, the Maldives and Bangladesh. For Sri Lanka, it was a good day as both the men's and women's outfits recorded dominant victories in their respective categories. Sri Lanka made a strong start to the South Asian Basketball Association Under-18 Women's Asia Cup qualifiers with a commanding 74-44 victory over the Maldives at the Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium in Colombo. The three-day tournament organised by the South Asian Basketball Association features Sri Lanka, India, the Maldives and Bangladesh competing for regional honours and qualification opportunities. The game got off to a slow start, but as the match progressed, Sri Lanka looked like they were in prime position to take home the win. Sri Lanka's best was on display in the second and third quarters, where the Maldivian defence had no answer whatsoever for the array of attacking prowess shown by the hosts. Binuti Jayasinghe start for the hosts with 23 points, while Alina Hayas added 16 points to strengthen Sri Lanka's attack. For the Maldives, Mariam Keeleen emerged as the top scorer with 13 points despite the defeat. Skipper Binuti Jayasinghe was adjudged the player of the match. Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan men's team took centre stage in the last game of day 1, where the hosts ran riot against Bangladesh. Sri Lanka entirely dominated the proceedings, ending the game with a massive margin, with the score being 132-38. Sri Lanka asserted their authority right from the tip-off, scoring left, right and centre in all 4 quarters. Led beautifully by skipper Sudam Liyanage, the Sri Lanka Under-18 boys were just too good for the Bangladeshis. Aaron Gerald held a gem of a game, scoring over 20 points, which earned him Player of the Match award. Chamitha Wijayasinghe added 15 points, while Vijan Kariyakaravana contributed 13 points to complete an impressive team effort. Even though Liam Thomas was not in the starting 5, his introduction proved pivotal for Sri Lanka's shift plays and full-court counter-attacks both defensively and offensively. For Bangladesh, Sheikh Rehan emerged as the top scorer with 12 points. The tournament is set to continue today and tomorrow, with more exciting regional clashes scheduled in Colombo. The 6th Battle of the Greens and Blues, the annual big match between Ananda Central College LPTA and Gamini National College Benthota, concluded over the weekend. The two-day encounter ended as a drawn affair. Batting first, Ananda Central College LPTA scored 149 runs, losing 8 wickets before they declared their innings. The top innings came from the two openers Manusha Kaushalya and Hasindu Hirunitha. Kaushalya scored 53 runs off 81 balls. He scored 5 boundaries. Hirunitha on the other side scored 44 runs and just missed his half-century, facing 96 balls. Other than the two openers, none of the other batters could capitalise, with only 2 double figures coming. The bowling attack for Gamini National College was led by Arusha Himesh and Ayush Netma. Himesh picked up 3 wickets for 35 runs, bowling 15 overs. Nethma on the other side also picked up 3 wickets for 52 runs inside his 15 overs. Then batting their second innings, Gamini National College Benthara was on 166 runs, losing 5 wickets at the end of play. Kavindu Damsad, the opener, scored 27 runs off 16 balls. But the top innings came from Ayush Nethma, who previously started from the bowl, scoring 81 runs off 86 balls with 9 boundaries and 2 sixes. Yasiru Asanka also contributed with 27 runs, surviving for 51 balls. In bowling for Ananda Central, Hasindu Hirunitha and Pasindu Dilshan picked up 2 wickets each. Sadid Mabinath picked up a wicket. With that, the 6th battle of the Greens and Blues ended as a drawn affair. Moving to the under-17 school cricket season now, Vidyartha College Kandy hosted Vikramashila National School Giriyolu today at the Vidyartha College grounds in their respective schools' under-17 clash. Let's head to the action. Batting first, Vikramashila National School Giriyolu was able to score 257 runs in their allotted 50 overs, losing 8 wickets. The headline innings came from Manith Idwara, who scored a brilliant century, scoring 116 runs off 105 balls. The opener was able to score 14 boundaries and 3 sixes. Further support came from Supeshala Sithil, who scored a half century with 54 runs. Gavesh Indura also contributed 35 runs. In bowling for Vidyartha College, Mevul Ganegoda was the top bowler, picking up 4 wickets for 46 runs, bowling 9 overs. Another headline bowling performance came from Satsara Veerasekara, who bowled 10 overs and only conceded 37 runs alongside picking 3 wickets. Lakindu Kutikara picked up a wicket. Then chasing a target of 258 runs inside 50 overs, Vidyartha College Kandy could only gather 107 runs before they were bowled out. There were only 2 batters who could reach double figures. The highest score came from Teshan Nivaratna, who scored 34 runs off 23 balls. The star bowler for Vikramashila National School was Gavesh Indura, who picked up 6 wickets, bowling 7 overs and conceding just 16 runs. He maintained an economy of 2.29. Hirun Mansana and Dinuka Dhananjay contributed with 2 wickets each. With that, Vikramashila National School Giriyolu recorded a convincing 150-run victory against Vidyartha College on their home turf. A felicitation ceremony for the victorious Sri Lanka men's and women's rugby teams who emerged champions at the Central and South Asia Rugby Sevens tournament was held at the Duncan White Auditorium of the Ministry of Sports. Now, 6 countries participated in the tournament, which was worked off in Uzbekistan, with Sri Lanka enjoying a memorable campaign with both the men's and women's teams clinching championship titles. Sports Minister Sunil Kumar Gamage, the President of Sri Lanka Rugby Pavitra Fernando, Minister officials, SLR officials, players and coaching staff were present at this event. During the event, Sports Minister announced that each of the 21 rugby players in the national squad will receive a payment of 135,000 rupees starting next month in recognition of their achievement. The minister stated that he was focused on supporting athletes in a meaningful way rather than engaging in publicity events at airports following victories. The minister added that qualifying for the Rugby World Cup was no longer a distant dream and emphasized that the present efforts were aimed at taking Sri Lanka rugby to that level. The minister further stated that despite threats and obstacles, the authorities remain committed to rebuilding rugby in the country and ensuring a stronger future for the sport. Sri Lanka Rugby President Pavitra Fernando, men's team captain Srinath Surya Bandara and women's team captain Charani Leenage also addressed the gathering.
The CASA Sevens held last weekend was a historic win for Sri Lanka rugby because it's the first time in history that both men and women have won in a single tournament. So I really want to thank not only the players but also the coaches, the managers, the physios and the doctors who also have worked on a voluntary basis. And I would also like to mention that the minister has now finally put forward the players onto the National Olympic program, starting with the men's team, and we are extremely thankful and we are confident that we will work hard and try to bring an Asian Games medal for Sri Lanka.
The batch of 2007 of Sahara College Colombo has organised the G7 Cricket Super League 2026, its annual inter-batch cricket tournament bringing together all boys in a celebration of unity, friendship and sportsmanship. The details of the tournament were officially announced during a media briefing held at the Oresta, Colombo. Asif Hanif, the president of the batch of 2007, delivered the welcome address. The G7 Cricket Super League, a popular recurring tape ball and softball cricket tournament, has become one of the most anticipated events amongst the members of the batch, combining competitive cricket and camaraderie and entertainment. This year's edition will feature 8 competitive teams: Kings, Titans, Thunders, Giants, Blasters, Stars, Legends and Warriors, with players expected to compete in a vibrant and festive atmosphere. The tournament is scheduled to commence on the 28th of June from 7 am onwards at the Malay Grounds in Colombo 2. As the all boys of the 2007 batch reunite once again, organisers are looking forward to an exciting day of cricket, teamwork and memorable moments for both on and off the field. A short commercial break now. More sporting updates coming right after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Central on Other Derana News Channel. Let's head to some international cricket updates now. England women's bowlers demolished New Zealand women's batting lineup to set up an emphatic 7-wicket win in the third and final T20I for a 2-1 series victory. Now, after the ODI series ended in a draw, this game was a crucial encounter for both, determining the series winner, and it was the home team who emerged as the satisfied outfit at the end of the day. Winning the toss and batting first, the visitors could not resist the bowling attack that the home team offered. By the 7th over, they had only 29 runs on board, but 3 wickets were already gone. Top batter Susie Bates was dismissed for just 3 runs after facing 11 bowls, with Isabella Gaze, the other opener, going for 17 runs and captain Melly Kerr going for 5 runs. It further dented when another promising batter, Sophie Devine, also left for a duck. Thereafter, only 2 batters were able to reach double figures, and that was Maddie Green and Jess Kerr. However, that was also not enough, as Green only contributed 14 runs and Kerr only giving 20 runs off 27 bowls. The bowling attack was led by Charlie Dean and Danny Gibson for England, with both picking up 3 wickets each. Both had an outstanding economy rate, with Charlie Dean bowling 3 overs and just conceding 13 runs, and Gibson on the other side bowling 4 overs and conceding just 14 runs. Lindsay Smith picked up 2 wickets for 15 runs inside her 4 overs, while Issy Wong and Sophie Eccleston picked up a wicket each. With that, New Zealand were bowled out for 80 runs in the 20th over, giving a relatively easy target for England to chase at home.
Now there's an edge there, yeah, surely. It was the perfect matchup, the left-hander against the England captain as an off-spinner. And that is a very professional, ruthless performance in the field from England.
Then chasing 81 runs, England made sure that they made it look easy. Sophie Dunkley from the top gave 22 runs off 21 bowls. However, they lost their first wicket in the 3rd over when Alice Capsey was dismissed for just 3 runs. Then Dunkley was joined by Mia Browshier, who contributed 19 runs off 29 bowls. When Dunkley was dismissed, Heather Knight joined Browshier, and the pair made sure another partnership was built. By the time that Heather Knight was departed, the score was already 71 runs for 3 wickets. It did not take a long while, as in the 14th over, England reached the target, losing just 3 wickets and also winning the series 2-1.
She can because of the fumble. A good win for England, a convincing win for England. That is 7 series in a row they've won against New Zealand, and that will set them up nicely for India next and a home World Cup.
The 2026 French Open got underway at Roland Garros Stadium in Paris, with the opening round fixtures now in full swing. Now, with this year's second Grand Slam already delivering 2 days of thrilling action, the tournament has witnessed several key advancements alongside a number of major upsets. And with that, let's take a quick wrap-up of the early action from Roland Garros. Britain's Emma Raducanu, the 2021 US Open champion, was sent packing by Argentine Solana Sierra 6-love and 7-6. Raducanu's 2026 season has been disrupted by a post-viral illness that kept her off the WTA Tour for more than 2 months following Indian Wells in March. Raducanu hit 15 unforced errors to 0 winners, as Sierra broke twice more on her way to a first-set bagel. Meanwhile, four-time champion Iga Swiatek cantered into the second round of the French Open, dispatching Australian wildcard Emerson Jones 6-1 and 6-2 in a quick time under a beaming sun. The third-seed Pole, who reigned supreme at Roland Garros in the early 2020s, has not won a title on clay since she lifted Suzanne Lenglen Cup in 2024. It did not show on court Philippe Chatrier, where she made light work of Jones after an early trade of breaks in the opening set. Meanwhile, Novak Djokovic began his latest bid for a record 25th Grand Slam title by crossing a milestone and a tricky hurdle with a 5-7, 7-5, 6-1 and 6-4 French Open first-round victory over local hope Giovanni Pericard. The Serb went past Roger Federer for the most Grand Slam men's singles appearances, taking his tally to 82, but he was far from his dominant best early on court Philippe Chatrier, having played only one previous match on clay this season. Djokovic celebrated his win with a little jig and then paid tribute to his fans in the stands.
Novak Djokovic.
Moreover, French Open dark horse Alexander Zverev started his Roland Garros campaign with a meticulous 6-3, 6-4, 6-2 first-round demolition of France's Benjamin Bonzi. The 2024 runner-up and three-time semi-finalist, who is chasing his maiden Grand Slam title, never allowed the world number 95 into the contest on court Philippe Chatrier as he set up a second-round meeting with Thomas Marshak of Czech Republic. With that, let's move to the updates coming in from the Eastern Conference Finals of NBA. Now, as the clock wound down, few Cleveland Cavaliers fans could be found, and the New York Knicks left them with no reason to stick around. Karl Anthony Towns scored 19 points and grabbed 14 rebounds as the Knicks advanced to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999, routing the Cavaliers 130-93 in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks extended their franchise playoff record-winning streak to 11 games, matching the third longest run in a single postseason in league history, and their long-suffering supporters took over Cleveland's arena. OG Anunoby contributed 17 points and Landry Shamet scored 16 off the bench on a 4-for-4 three-point shooting for New York, which built a 29-point lead in the second quarter and went up 123-78 in the fourth. Jalen Brunson and Michael Bridges finished with 15 points apiece, and Josh Hart added 6 points, 11 rebounds and 6 assists. The former Villanova championship teammates relished the opportunity to win the East together. Brunson was named the series MVP for averaging 25.5 points and 7.8 assists. The Knicks have outscored their opponents by 262 points during their win streak, the most dominant span in their league history, playoff or regular season. Donovan Mitchell logged 31 points and Evan Mobley posted 15 points and 7 rebounds for Cleveland, which reached the East Finals for the first time since 2018. James Harden had 12 points and 5 turnovers while missing all 6 of his 3-point tries. The Knicks' Mike Brown is off to the NBA Finals for the second time as the head coach, having led the Cavaliers to their first East crown in 2007. The 37-point defeat was Cavaliers' largest ever in a playoff home game.
It's over. Believe it, Knicks fans, for the first time in 27 years, the New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. The dream season continues, and hopes of ending a decades-long championship drought are very much alive.
We're heading to a short commercial break from Sports Central. We'll be back with more sporting highlights right after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Central on Derana News Channel. We have some major updates coming in from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. European champion Spain will travel to next month's World Cup with plenty of Barcelona swagger, but no one from Real Madrid, after manager Luis de la Fuente named a 26-man squad built around 8 players from the Catalan club. Now, it is the first time that Spain will go to a World Cup without a Real Madrid player in their squad. This marks a striking absence for the 15 times Champions League winners as de la Fuente prepares to lead one of the tournament favourites. Defenders Dean Huijsen and Dani Carvajal were among the Real Madrid names to miss out, leaving Barcelona to provide the spine of a team chasing Spain's second World Cup title after their 2010 triumph in South Africa. De La Fuente played down the absence of the club players, preferring to highlight those who are in the squad. Barcelona's contingent includes Juan Garcia, Pau Kubasi, Eric Garcia, Gavi, Pedri, Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal and Ferran Torres, while 7 players called up are based in the Premier League. Arsenal provide 3 of the Spain's Premier League best players in goalkeeper David Raya and midfielders Martin Subamendi and Mikel Merino, while Manchester City's Rodri gives De La Fonte a commanding presence in midfield. The coach also addressed the injury concern regarding Yamal and Nico Williams, who will arrive at the tournament nursing hamstring issues. Spain will arrive at the World Cup carrying the confidence of their European Championship triumph in Germany 2 years ago, but with the weight of expectation from a passionate fan base. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi is dealing with muscle fatigue in his left hamstring less than 3 weeks before the start of the World Cup. This was announced by his MLS club Inter Miami after Argentine forward was forced off in his final club match before the tournament. Messi left Sunday's 6-4 Major League Soccer victory over the Philadelphia Union in the 73rd minute after clutching the back of his thigh following a free kick. Inter Miami coach Guillermo Hoyos had downplayed the issue after the match, saying Messi appeared fatigued after playing on a heavy pitch. Major League Soccer is now pausing for the World Cup, which will be co-hosted by the United States, Canada and Mexico. Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni included 8 times Ballon d'Or winner Messi in a provisional 55-man squad announced earlier this month, ahead of the defending champions' opening match against Algeria in Kansas City. Messi captained Argentina to their 3rd World Cup title in Qatar in 2022 and is expected to lead the team again in what could be his 6th appearance at the tournament. Since moving to Miami in 2023, the Barcelona legend and 8-time Ballon d'Or winner has carefully managed his workload but has still spent spells out of action with hamstring issues. He has 12 goals and 8 assists in 14 MLS games this season, only one behind the leader in each category, having scored a league-leading 29 goals and assisted 19 times in 28 games during the 2025 regular season. Argentina's final squad is due to be named next week. Meantime, Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum says that Mexico will host Iran's national football team during the World Cup, with the squad set to stay there and travel to the United States for its matches after Washington declined to host them.
Iran's national football team will commute from Mexico during the upcoming World Cup, after the United States declined to host the squad for the duration of the tournament. That was according to Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum on Monday.
The Iranian team is going to play in the United States. I think they have 3 matches in the first qualifying round. So the Iranian team's 3 matches are in the United States. The United States does not want the Iranian team to stay overnight, but they are going to play 3 matches there. So they asked us, can they stay overnight in Mexico? And we said, yes, no problem. We have no problem.
Iran will be based in Tijuana, near the U.S. border, and travel for its 3 Group G matches, 2 in Los Angeles and 1 in Seattle. The White House and the State Department did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Iran's Football Federation says the move will help avoid visa complications, with FIFA confirming the new arrangement. The decision comes amid tensions over the nation's conflict with the U.S. and Israel. Iran qualified for a 4th consecutive World Cup by topping its group in the 3rd round of Asian qualifying last year.
And with that, we come to the end of today's edition on Derana Sports Central. We'll make a return tomorrow with more sporting highlights around the globe. Selena Jaitalagi is standing by next on World News Tonight. With that, I'm wishing you a very good night.